People will be hoping for a low score on this report card.
And we won't be ringing the new year like we usually do. The FTC Soundcheck starts now. Hello and welcome to the FTC Soundcheck. I'm Jacob Bila.
And I'm Kim Ramirez. Our top story today, there's a new report card for schools in New York, and 0 is the grade everyone wants. The state health department has launched a website that lists the number of people who have tested positive in schools. There are categories for public and private schools as well as colleges. So far, there are no cases reported at 5 towns. But there has been a spike in cases in some areas of the city. New York officials have announced an increase in coronavirus in Williamsburg, along Ocean Parkway and Kew Gardens.
Overall, officials say rates have been low in New York State. Starting next week, people will be able to eat inside restaurants again in New York City, but with some restrictions. Reporter Star Fuentes has more.
Fifth Avenue in Park Slope is known for fun community events and delicious restaurants. The outdoor dining scene has been growing during the coronavirus pandemic, but the weather's getting colder and many here want to go back inside.
We have to eat outside in the cold. It's just not working.
John Rivers, who often eats at La Villa, is worried about the restaurant owners in his neighborhood.
It's not fair for the store owners, and they need to survive and make money for their families.
Recently, Governor Cuomo announced restaurants here and throughout the city will be allowed to have indoor dining.
We're now announcing today that we can go to 25% of indoor dining with certain restrictions that will be enacted on September 30th.
For restaurants like Brooklyn's Burgers and Beer will only be allowed to hold 14 people at max at the 25% mark for indoor dining. That can potentially hurt business.
Obviously the weather's starting to change, it's getting colder at night, so if we only have the inside at 25%, that's a little struggle for us because, as I say, 14 people just doesn't do it for us.
The owner of La Villa says he'll make the best out of this current situation.
We have to make do, and as you can see outdoors here, we have to have tables and chairs, and we give people umbrellas and heaters when the weather gets a little different. This is not regular dining experiences. You really have to watch out how many tables and chairs you have out here and flip as many as you can so that the restaurant can make as much revenue as possible.
The executive director of the Park Slope Fifth Avenue Business Improvement District says these restaurants need additional assistance to stay in business.
While they're hanging in there, they really do need, some additional help.
Mark and so many others are trying to stay hopeful that businesses will survive. Star Fuentes reporting.
In national news, there's been another night of protests in the Breonna Taylor case. Earlier this week, a grand jury charged one Louisville police officer with firing into apartments near Taylor's, but they did not charge anyone with her death.
A ceremony is being held in Washington for the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She is the first woman and first Jewish person to lie in state at the Capitol. President Donald Trump and Democratic nominee Joe Biden are scheduled to hold their first debate Tuesday in Cleveland. It's the first of the 3 scheduled debates between the two men. Chris Wallace from Fox News will be the moderator. Today started off warm after a few cool days. Let's see what's in store for the weekend. Here's Alyssa DiCostanzo.
Today, mostly sunny, highs in the upper 70s. Tomorrow, partly sunny with patchy fog in the morning, highs in the mid-70s. Sunday, mostly sunny again with highs in the upper 70s. Monday, partly sunny with a chance of showers, highs in the mid-70s. Tuesday, partly sunny again with highs in the mid-70s. Right now, it's 73 degrees in Dix Hills. Back to you.
The maker of Fortnite isn't the only game taking aim at the Apple App Store. Epic Games was already in a legal battle with Apple. Now, Epic and other app makers, including Spotify, have created the Coalition for App Fairness. They're criticizing Apple's pricing and App Store rules. Apple says their store offers customers and developers a safe and trusted place to do business. Speaking of gaming, a new sport is coming to FTC. Michael Calandra has more.
The ongoing coronavirus pandemic has affected all sports at the campus, except one, esports. Here to talk about the newest program at Five Towns College is esports head coach Thomas O'Keefe. Thomas, welcome to Studio 400. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me today, Michael.
Thank you. Now, first off, what role did you play in making this become a reality here at the college?
Well, I have to give all the kudos to President Dr. Cohen and Athletic Director Matt Guercio, who saw the value of collegiate esports and allowing the students to have a platform to showcase their skills and collaborate with their other teammates. As we really dive into esports, my role will be to recruit students both internally at Five Towns College and externally through high schools and through the NJCAA, the two-year college system.
That sounds great. How can students get involved and be a part of this team?
My goal as the coach is to not only build a team, but rather a community. I'm looking for players, I'm looking for content creators, broadcasters, operations. I truly want to have this as a buy-in approach from the entire college ecosystem to get everyone involved no matter what they're passionate about.
That sounds very exciting. And lastly, what games will this team be playing in their inaugural season?
In the spring semester, which will be our first semester of playing as a team, we'll be competing in Rocket League, Overwatch, and League of Legends in the ECC, the East Coast Conference, which aligns with our geographical footprint on Long Island and being based in the Northeast. But as we grow our program, we'll be looking to join other conferences and other game titles based on interest from our students.
Sounds like a lot of fun, and I'll be answering the call when you add NHL to the lineup because I love that game so much.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you for the time, Thomas, and you can catch Thomas O'Keefe around campus and for the new esports season starting this spring. I'm Mike Calandra reporting for Five Towns College.
If you want to find out more, there will be a virtual esports town hall meeting coming up Wednesday from 5:30 to 6:30. Check out the record online for a link.
From esports to professional sports, here's Bobby Vaccaro.
Thanks, guys. The sports world is back like it never left. Let's start with Game 4 of the NBA Western Conference Finals, where LeBron James and the Lakers took a commanding 3-1 lead in the series over the Nuggets. Lakers big man Anthony Davis led the way to a 114-108 win with 34 points of his own after ending Game 2 of this series with a buzzer-beater 3. Now let's head to the baseball diamond where the Yankees were in Buffalo taking on the Blue Jays. The Yanks would drop their second straight to the Jays 4-1. Hyun-Jin Ryu was stellar, delivering 7 scoreless innings for the win. The Yankees already have clinched a spot in this year's postseason, but with that win last night, so did their rival Blue Jays. So this might not be the last time we see these two teams battle it out. The Yankees will start their last series of the year against the Marlins tonight at 7 p.m. on Yes. Last but definitely not least, something to look forward to this weekend. Both the Jets and Giants will be in action this Sunday. The Giants will take on the 49ers at 1 p.m., and the Jets will play the Colts in Indianapolis at 4:05. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Another major tradition falls to the coronavirus. The Times Square Alliance says there won't be a big party to watch the ball drop on New Year's Eve this year. It's easy to see why it's impossible to socially distance there. Instead, they're promising a virtual celebration with some live performances. It's the first time in more than 100 years that the celebration isn't being held in Times Square. Hopefully next year the coronavirus pandemic will be cleared up by then for this New Year's celebration.
Hopefully. 2020 can't just give us a break, can it?
Nope.
Well, that's it for the FTC Soundcheck. I'm Jacob Bila.
And I'm Kim Ramirez. See you next week.